I've been busy doing incredible calls with a lot of awesome businesses in the last couple of weeks and learning more about why this program we're just about to launch is going to be so awesome. So if you're a business, a tradie business that's earning anywhere between $200,000 and $750,000, you're going to have some key features in business that can be a bit scary, but also super exciting. You'll have a few challenges that you might feel are unique to you, but I promise you they are not. And these things include, one, you're probably wondering when is the right time to put on staff or not. You're worried about, can I keep up to their salary? Do I have enough work? If I do put them on and the work runs out, then what do I do? So that'll be a key feature, like when to put on staff or put on more staff. That's one thing. The second thing will be around cash flow. What will happen when you start to edge up anywhere from that 250, 350, 450 onwards is the projects will change, the workload will change, and therefore the cash flow starts to change. And it gets increasingly challenging because you're trying to complement, it might be maintenance work with project work, and that then creates bottlenecks. There's all these intricacies that happen in trades businesses that you want a trade-specific coach, believe me, to support you with. The other thing that can be happening when you are that size that we're talking about is you can't really decide whether to tip over into growth or whether you need to stick with consolidation with what you've got. If you don't know the productivity levels in your business, if you don't know how you're tracking with break even, if you don't know how you're going with charge out rate, if you don't know your billable hours and you don't know how, if you're charging right and it feels like you're spinning the wheels and you're not really making money, the money comes in, but then it goes straight back out because you're paying bills, then this is the reason that we want you in our sphere, because we know exactly how to get you over those hurdles. I would have spoken to probably 10 businesses one-on-one for a minimum of an hour on Zoom and looking at their numbers in the last fortnight. And what I can see is they've got really great businesses, but they're like leaky taps, some of these businesses. We've had anyone coming in from doing like 450,000 right up to 2.5, 3, 4 million. And they just all have similar problems, but different little incremental change needs to be made at different levels or different revenue levels. We created the 200K plus tradie for you. And I wanted to go back to doing things how I used to do a lot of things. I used to do sessions outside of hours when I was in the early stages of Ladies with Tradies because I wanted people to be able to access some kind of support even though they felt they couldn't get off the tools. Now, our one-on-one coaching program requires you to make admin time because you're at a size, if you're doing one-on-one coaching, that you can invest that time. Not everybody can do that. And that tends to be businesses between 200,000 and 750,000 in turnover. So what are we going to give you in that? You get one coaching session with me a week with a group. You also, and it's out of hours. It's going to be on a Wednesday night, I think 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I think, after the kids go to bed. You're going to get our Empowered Tradie Program included. You're going to get every video that we have created in our TradeFlix program. And then the business owners who reach 500,000 or who are at 500,000, we will be openly inviting businesses at that level to access our Tools for Profit app. That is a freaking game changer, people, because it is going to help you to feel more confident in what you're doing as far as growth goes, as far as putting people on goes, but you don't get access to that until you've hit a certain level. And then once you get over 750, we'll invite you to come and do one-on-one coaching for the next level. So we created it because we wanted you to have the tools, resources, and access to somebody, that's me, to ask all of your questions. Some of the questions I've had from people are, should I even grow or not? that's a very loaded question. There's a lot of things to unpack there. But a lot of people are like really comfortable and happy with what they're doing and how they're doing it, but they're still not quite making enough money. Sometimes growing is not the answer. Sometimes it's doing more with what you've already got. 200K Tradie is for business owners who don't want to or can't invest at that higher level for one-on-one coaching. They want some support. They want a community. They want a coach that can answer their specific questions and everybody else can learn from that. And yeah, they want to do it at a really reasonable price. It is a weekly commitment. The subscription's super low. So get on board, people. 200K plus tradie business. Love to see ya.